All right. Have we yeah, that looks like it might be better. Okay, does everybody have audio? Anybody have audio now? All right. Thanks very much, Kevin. Sorry about that. I was busy with what the market was doing and got the comments covered up and didn't realize that my sound wasn't coming through because the market got busy just as I started up. Crude jumping into a trade, and then both of our index charts. So now, where are we? We've taken a full stop on the pound Aussie on the long, have a pending short, but that has not triggered on my chart. Nothing for a new trade on the trade of the day. Unleaded's had a rough morning. And crude hitting targets 2 and touching target 3. So that should definitely be a POQ trade. Yeah, I just got my audio back. Troy is on with us this morning. I mean, things got busy as I started it up, and I didn't have audio and wasn't seeing the comments either because I was also working on my trades as well. So let's go back and recap. See where we are. It looks like we're long on the YM. So as I said coming in, I would have waited to get in sync with this. Well, actually, this was 7 seconds after. I would still have waited on that one to test the highs. That would have been avoided. Would have gotten the long. That stopped and reversed to short, which finally hit target 1 after meandering about, and then stopped out and is now long. And actually, the target 1 should have been a POQ. So not taking the long with already being POQ. Crude finally getting some direction. This early short, see where that is. This early short, no, it's not that one. This early short on crude. That long was a possible get in sync, but I would have waited to see. I was going to wait and see if the short picked up, and it did. So picking up the short, stopping and reversing to long, that ultimately went to target, and now through target 4. So that was a POQ on 2 trades. A very small loss on the stop and reverse. Should have been an entry at 38 with the stop and reverse adjustment. So our money management would also have pushed up to 48, and therefore targets would have been 51 and 58. Unleaded having a tough time this morning, as I mentioned. Coming in with our 9 o'clock start. We picked up a short that was a full stop for 37 ticks. We then got a long, or I'm sorry, another short that went to money management, touched target 1, but coming back for a single tick stop, single tick profit. So 37 tick loss, 1 times 2 is 74. 2 ticks on the break even leaves us at 72 ticks down. Then we get the long at 1197. Potential stop and reverse that doesn't ever trigger. And then we finally get a new stop and reverse. This is a trade red. Yeah, okay, that's your regular OSOB short that does hit target 1, misses target 2, and gets a nice little partial that also flips to long at the trailing stop, misses money management by just a couple of ticks, and then comes back to go short at 62, and that's where, well, it's currently in that short. I think that short ends up, yeah, that short ends up taking a full stop. So we have one, no, that was too early. As was that. So yeah, first trade is right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's our 6th trade. So that's what a losing session looks like on unleaded. Messy price action this morning. Still with potential. I have a potential short. Data being what it is on the pound Aussie, it is the vagaries of currencies, and my chart has a trade at 89.96 or 88.96 that has not triggered, and nor do we have a close above the balance line yet. So that one is just in a wait and see mode after taking this long and ultimately getting a full stop out. But the pound Aussie in a very tight range this morning. Notice we just about have it all on one screen. 89.536 down to 88.924. So 60 pips is all the range that we've had this morning. The Russell went one and done this morning. Was it one or two? I forget now. Yeah, it was. The Russell was one and done, getting in on the long. And actually, no, it did. Yes, he got. I did go back and said that's a 41 tick target, so that one is definitely worth taking profit at target one. Take your 41 tick target, and the trailer was 32.9 from an entry at 30.6. So 23 on the trailer and 41 on target for 64 ticks. And take that as a one and done session on the 1.5 point 15 tick, 1.5 point momentum bar for TradeStation, 15 tick range bar for NinjaTrader. And now let's get to soybeans. That jumped in at 9:30, and obviously too fast to pick up any of those. Actually, yeah. This small short trade is tradable on a get in sync basis. Target one, not useful, only 5 ticks, but we do get targets 2 and 3, 2 positions coming off at target 2. So we get 16 and 12 ticks on targets. Our entry was at 26.75, and our stop on the trailer was 13.24. So 2 3/4 points, 11 ticks on the trailers. So 16.28, 37 ticks at $12.50 a tick. So a one and done session on soybeans. Yeah, 9:30 open, 8:30 central, which is exchange time for soybeans is central time, so that would actually be 8:30. But we get the trade, and we do get movement back and forth, so we definitely had the chance to get into that. And a one and done session. So, do we have questions? Crude now still headed up through target 4. Stop now up to 67.62. And the YM taking a full stop out on the long. Testing. Okay, I'm still there. Okay, pound Aussie with one close above the signal line. And that's about all the action that we've got. I don't have Let's see if I've got some basic. See what heating oil looks like on Catapult. Not a lot, but looks like possibilities for heating oil. This is just the default settings on heating oil for the Catapult Energies. That's a loss. That couple of losses. That's a winner to target 3 and a tick on the trail. Break even. Another break even that only got to target 2. And then nothing else so far on that. And the same with unleaded here. This is a if we use our 9 o'clock start time like we do on, I know it's done. So that's before our start time. The short is a break even. Long doesn't trigger. The short's a full loss. The long is a full loss. So we got a couple of losses there. And there's a target 3 winner. So with a 9:45 start, that's your one and done. And that's actually turning into that's the trade it's currently in, and that's turning into a bit of a runner. Stop at 1273, trailing the 14 EMA. Actually, we did get 2 stop and reverses there, but both of them were very small losses. So that would have been a good trade. And plenty of time to get in it. So yeah, that was well within our. I was thinking 9:30 start when I looked at that. But so yes, we did get the long, a stop and reverse to short, and a stop and reverse back to long. The third trade getting us to our goals. 1279 for the Catapult unleaded, doing much better than Spotlight this morning on unleaded. And the YM now with a short. Entry at 77 with a couple of spikes there and the 200 EMA. I would take that down to 74 for an entry, but it's still triggered in and just missed money management. Well, it is short as it stands, and now a new long on the pound Aussie. At 89.16 on my chart, 17 on trade a day. And my short did cancel. It never triggered in. Given where the 50 is on my chart, I might be inclined to push that entry up to 89.18, get above the 50. Two-tick adjustment. Money management's at 30, so that is our 12 ticks. 30.05 on my chart. As a NinjaTrader calculator doesn't round the trail stop. So we'll see where we go from there. This would be a fortunate day to have a trailer on crude on that third trade and Spotlight. Stop it now at 67.79. And pound Aussie reversing again, looks like. Bouncing hard off of the 50 EMA, at least on my 50 EMA on my chart. $67.83 for the stop, and stopping out on crude at $67.83. And the unleaded catapult trade also stopping out at $12.98. Yep, stop out at $12.98 on catapult unleaded. YM taking a full stop on the short. So just messy price action all around. One close below the balance line on the pound Aussie. And I still am not seeing questions, folks. YM with a long. 406. And this is a pretty good size. This is a good size trade. 33 ticks to target 1. Stop at 364 and target at 439. Yeah, things just crude didn't have anything until just before 9:30. So just as I was about to open the room, crude decided to get active. And I do apologize for missing the fact that I did not have any audio this morning to start with. But now things slowing down a bit. I think the only charts that we're still watching then would be the pound Aussie. One close below and then back up above. So one more close below the balance line cancels the long trade. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. We can take another trade now. I would be really skeptical of this short. I'd wait for it to come back up and at least test the session open at $68 before I took that, given this strong upward move. Very well could be a reaction, or a reaction here. Especially after a pretty noisy start to the morning. But that looks like it very well may produce a blue trade, and that could be a really nice trade. The trade off the 20 SMA, given the move that we've gotten so far this morning. And there it touched the entry at 79. I think I would have if I were going to take this trade at this point, I'd have it at 77 to get it a tick below the 20 SMA. But we're also getting a crossover on this bar, but that's, since it just triggered in unadjusted, that's not going to affect us at all either. And the Pound Aussie trade has canceled, and I have a new short. So a short trade at 89.04. Okay, so the calculator didn't trigger that at 79 on crude for the 10 a.m. session. Different location for the 50 EMA, so trade today has not got that trade. Okay, now I would be more willing to take a trade at 79. Looks like it got down to 80. And it's down to 79. And triggering in for the 10 a.m. session trade on the short for crude. Okay, yeah. And the crossover filter did pick up, and so we didn't have a trade on crude. But unfortunately, that kept us out of a winning trade, having hit money management. Wow. Micro ES taking a nosedive right now. So no trade for the 10 o'clock session so far. The crossover filter canceled out that trade, I believe. I don't see it close above the balance line in there unless it's right there. Closes at 88 and the high was at 88. The balance line is at 88. So yeah, that was on the balance line. So that's only the first close above, but we did get the crossover. I know that had to be a calculator canceling it on the second close above. So that must have been a fractional rounding that it took that as an above the balance line bar there that canceled the trade. But that would have been a target one and one tick on the break even if it had not canceled. So the YM with a bit of a move down there and now coming back up, getting along. Money management and target one. That looks like it could be a fair sized trade. Yeah, 37 ticks to target one. And the short trade has canceled as well on the pound Aussie. All right, then. If there's a long on crude for the 10 a.m. session. I adjust that up to 83 and still triggered in. See if its crude is going to continue its upward move. And crude trying to move up. Money management at $68 even and target at 68.02. And a long on the pound Aussie. 917. That's interesting. Differences in data. My entry on that is it's like 923. Yeah, I would push that up to at least 924, maybe 926. But it's going to have triggered in anyway with the 200 EMA. Differences in data are not a reason to be frustrated with a strategy. That's just a matter of testing to your data. And if you're using signal service, fine, use the signal service. If you're using your own charts, trade your charts. What my charts say may not be the same thing that yours do, and that's what you have to work with if you're going to trade your charts. All right, stop and reverse at 67.72 on crude. Pound Aussie approaching money management. I think it missed it by just a few ticks. Oh, that's interesting. Trade a days hit target 1. My target is at and we'd have triggered short on crude. Money management on crude. Got the minimum 10 ticks. So stop 271. All right, target 2 achieved on crude. And money management on the pound Aussie on my chart. First trade a day has already hit money management, having already hit target 1. Leonard, I'm running the SL indicators as well. All of the spotlight charts that you see up are the SL indicator set, and it's still working fine. All right, so 10 o'clock session had two trades, and should be POQ. Or pretty close to it. Still trailing a second position because you, with the stop and reverse adjustment, also adjusted money management. So target 2 and 3 again are our targets of interest for this 10 a.m. crude session trade. And target 2 cleared, and I believe target 3 may have been hit on the nose within a tick. So definitely, yeah, there's target 3, so definitely POQ on 10 o'clock session on crude. All right. So the 10 a.m. session of crude is finished. That pretty well finishes up what's on the charts at the moment. All right. Pound Aussie still running. YM has run out of trades now, I'm sure. And so there's not much else to talk about unless there are other questions. Reminder to everybody that signed up, the Catapult Grains boot camp is September the 3rd at 11 a.m. I'm sorry, the Catapult Grains is September the 10th at 11 a.m. The advanced Catapult Advanced Gold members for the TA boot camp is coming up on September the 3rd at 11 a.m. for those in Catapult Advanced Gold. This will be my last session with y'all until September the 16th. So I will be traveling, and I'll be in the room on Monday, but that will probably be the last time I'll even be in the room until the 16th. So we will see everybody in about actually, 2 weeks? 3 weeks from today. So everyone we will be dark Tuesdays and Thursdays until then. And we will also be dark in September on the week of the 13th, from the 13th, 14th, and 15th. And then I will have the first session of that week on the 16th when I get back. Troy is going to be traveling starting on the 13th and should be back by the 20th, the following Monday. And we should be back on a regular schedule by then. But from now until the 16th, no Tuesday or Thursday sessions, and Troy will have the Monday and Wednesday sessions the next 2 weeks, plus the boot camps on the next 2 Fridays after tomorrow. So everyone have a wonderful weekend and a good Labor Day holiday. I won't be seeing you until after the Labor Day holiday. Of course, the room will be closed on Labor Day Monday, September 6th. Don't forget to hit the like button if you feel you're getting value out of these sessions. That does help Troy's channel. And I do apologize again for the lack of audio for the first 20 minutes this morning. See everybody middle of September. Thank you very much, Troy. All right, this is an anniversary trip, so It was postponed last year due to COVID. So look, 25th anniversary. So we're looking forward to it. Thank you very much, Ron.